Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, guys. Now, guys, before we start, does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? Yes, no, nothing?
No.
Okay, guys. So, okay. Then let us start talking about, yes, okay. One of the major things for your ultrasound physics, an upcoming module which will be vascular, which is going to be Doppler related. Okay. Now, guys, please keep in mind, guys, that Doppler is okay. So you say form of ultrasound in which the blood flow. Yeah. Okay. And or velocity of blood is studied. Is that clear? And pretty much okay as to understand these two things here. That's why we as okay first have to deal with hemodynamics. And now if you look at this, it's still made up of two words. Hem or hemo is blood. Clear? Okay. And dynamics, what I mean is that I've been saying earlier is that dynamic mainly as okay refers to something which is, we can say it's okay, constantly shifting or moving, or we can say it's okay, change position or shape. That will be referred to as the dynamics. Okay, so this whole chapter here is mainly about, yes, okay, how is it that blood, we can say, it's okay, moves or flows? The actual word is going to be flow, and I tell about it. We'll get to this in just a little bit. Why we use the word flow. Okay. Likewise, it's going to be as okay. We can say it's okay. Now, when we talk flow, we will then go and say it's okay. What are going to be the types of flow? Likewise, okay, as when we say flow, we will also be talking about, okay, what are the factors that affect the flow? Is that clear? And last but not the least, is okay, we can say, okay, how is flow and velocity going to be related? And of course, that's okay, since we're talking physics, factors that affect that. Is that clear? So actually, that's okay, to be able to understand Doppler, clear, okay, we have just okay, have a good grasp on just okay, the hemodynamics. Clear, okay. Also, to understand yes, okay, why is it that we see things or get findings in Doppler? We have just okay, also understands okay, the factors that affect the flow of blood. Because these factors here, okay, may actually okay, indicate certain pathologies or abnormalities. Okay. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Okay. So that's pretty much okay. That's how you mainly is okay. Well, now Celsius okay start. We can say it's okay. Connect the dots. Okay. Hemodynamics is nothing more but mainly is okay. Just talk about okay. Yeah, it's the science of just okay that applies to just okay the motion of blood. And we know that okay, yes, blood normally is okay should be moving in this closed system that we call the cardiovascular system or the circulatory system. Okay, so the circulation of the study of the circulation of blood is what we call hemodynamics. Okay, did you guys get that?
Yep.
Good. Any questions?
Nope.
So based on yes, okay, what we talk in this chapter here, it's all going to be yes, okay, linked to yes, okay, your Doppler studies. Now, guys, the first two things that we will be talking about is going to be relatively as okay. First is flow. Okay. Now, flow, well, okay, as is also known as volume flow rate. Yeah, okay. Now, guys, flow mainly is just going to be as okay, we can say as okay, the motion of liquids and gases. That motion or movement of liquid and gases is going to be referred to as flow. Clear? Okay. Whereas, guys, that's okay. We talked about something which was solid. We can make this okay. The movement of that solid is going to be as okay what we made a call a motion. Okay. But when we talk about the movement or changing in position of, yes, okay, gas and liquids, that is going to be referred to as flow. Okay. And because liquids and gases are measured in volumes, okay, things such as gallons, liters, we can say, okay, liquid ounces, and so on. So clear, okay? These are all, yes, okay, units of volume, which is used to, yes, okay, measure liquid and gases. Clear, okay? Flow, again, yes, okay, as we just said, yes, okay, mean, yes, okay, just what the motion of a liquid or a solid, which could be measured in a volume, or using a unit of volume. Okay. Last and not the least is, okay, when you see the word rate, this rate mainly is going to be, as okay, most likely as okay, commonly as okay, yes, it's okay, applying how much. So how much of the liquid is moving? Okay. Another thing that you, yes, okay, will need to, yes, okay, do when you see the word rate is, because it's okay, how much whatsoever, usually is okay in a unit of time. Okay. So the word rate here mainly is okay, is going to be okay per unit of time. But what your flow is going to be, or is going to, yes, okay, document, or is okay, what your volume flow rate is going to document as how much. Now here we can say it's okay, blood. Okay. It's okay, flows. What do we mean by flow? Mainly it's okay, it moves. Okay. Or any unit of time. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like when you say, you guys may remember that we use the word that we call heart rate. Yeah, okay. Now here, heart mainly as okay is going to refer to the heart. Okay. We can mainly as okay say as okay that the rate again is going to be as okay. Explain, I guess, okay, anything per unit of time. But in this case, it's okay, the unit of time that we used was minute. Okay, by the heart, it's okay, what we actually mean here is okay, what's going to be is okay, the heart beats. So the number of heartbeats per unit per minute was what we call the heart rate. Okay, so one thing, okay, is in most instances, not every instance, but in most instances, when you see the word rate, in most instances, okay, this rate will mean yes, okay, account for time. Okay, but if it doesn't account for time, it may be yes, okay, how much of this or that. Okay, When we say yes, okay, heart rate, yes, okay, rate is accounted for time. When we mean this as okay, heart rate, that will be how many beats does the heart beat or does the heart make in a minute. Okay. Likewise, when we says okay, flow or flow rate or flow or volume flow rate, that's going to just okay account for how much blood flows in a specific period of time or as a result of a specific event. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Or likewise, now another thing is okay, where we can say okay that the rate may is okay, not necessarily mean time, but it's okay. You say it's okay currency rate. Well, the currency rate that's mainly going to be as okay how much or how many. Let's say it's okay Japanese yen can I get for $1? So this is going to be as okay the currency rate, or what you mean is okay will be as okay an exchange rate. Because you give $1 and you say as okay how many Japanese yen or euros or pounds or whatsoever do I get for that? So that's going to be as okay the currency rate or exchange rate, as some people also may call it. Okay, so it's still going to be as okay how much, how many. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, just two examples of okay as what we can yes okay refer to as being volume flow rate, or yes okay, which will determine yes okay your flow, which will says okay how much blood is going to be flowing. One would be what we called stroke volume. Now, guys, without going back to your library, can anybody recall what a stroke volume was?
Isn't it diastolic minus systolic motion?
Okay, yeah, that's the mathematical part. Simple words, my dear, because anybody, ladies, Kristen is not the only one who is allowed to answer.
Is it the amount of blood pumped per heartbeat?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Clear? Okay. Okay. So what does the amount accounts for? When we say it's okay, oh shit, that was too much. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, that was too much ink. Okay. So when we say it's okay, the amount of or we could say, it's okay, the volume. That mainly is okay accounts for how much. Whereas okay, when we say it's okay, stroke, here is okay, is going to be it's okay because it's okay, blood pumped by 1 heartbeat. So, okay, that was the main, is okay, the event. Okay, and we said that was mainly going to be as okay, an average as okay as 70 cc's. Clear? Okay, so that will be the amount of blood that the heart will pump in 1 heartbeat. So we can make it okay, say it's okay here. Volume, yes, okay, here the event is going to be as okay, heartbeat. Okay. Another one was what we call the cardiac output. Yeah, okay, and again, well, okay, yes. Here the output would be the word that mainly as okay will best specify as okay the amount of blood. And of course, it's okay, since we just okay use the word cardiac, that's okay, we can say it's okay will be pumped by the heart. Okay, but since we as okay now call it as a whole, just okay cardiac output, that's going to just okay be per minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here's okay, we used, and because it's okay, this amount here, that was going to be as okay again, it's okay a number or value measured in, that's okay, the unit of volume, which focus says okay will be liter per minute. A cardiac volume, a cardiac output, guys, is again is okay going to be an example of flow. Because it mainly says okay how much blood flows through the heart in 1 minute. Did that make sense? It's actually not going to just okay just flow just okay yes simply as okay just like what the are you doing here? Okay, but it's actually it's okay because it's okay be the actions of the heart that causes the blood to move from one compartment to the next, from one compartment to the next, and from that's okay from these compartments into the circulation. But then it's okay be kept in motion. Okay, so both your stroke volume is pretty much okay as very specifically because it's okay it talks about it's okay per unit of time. Okay, whereas not stroke cardiac output, sorry. Okay, because it talks about unit of time, whereas okay as stroke volume is more as okay per the event of 1 heartbeat. Okay, but if your heart, for instance, okay was or is beating at a rate of 72 beats per minute, the time that it takes each heartbeat to complete is 0.8 seconds. So 1/10 of a second is the time that it takes the heart to complete 1 heartbeat if your heart beats at a rate of 72 or 72 beats per minute. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Good. Anybody in doubt?
Nope.
Good. Now the next one is going to be velocity. Now, guys, before we start talking of velocity, before we start talking of velocity, let's just first talk about speed. Clear? Okay. Now again, yes, okay, speed is just going to, yes, okay, be referring to, yes, okay, how fast or slow an object is moving. An object or anything. Clear? Okay. And that's okay, yes. When we talked about, yes, okay, for instance, yes, okay, propagation speed. Let's say it's okay, propagation speed of sound. Right, okay. Now we express that and you can say it's okay, millimeters per microsecond, for instance. Okay. But what mainly is okay, what that mainly will mean is that if it travels XYZ millimeters per microsecond, how much time will it take it to, yes, okay, cover this distance? Or if it travels at such and such speed, how far is it that it will be after, yes, okay, a specific period of time? Okay, which means, yes, okay, well then document, yes, okay, how fast or slow is it that this object here is moving. Okay, so speed mainly is okay, that tells us about, well, okay, there's an object that is moving. Or for instance, okay, when we say blood, there's blood that is flowing. Okay, it may be as okay, 2 liters per minute that is flowing, yes, okay, through a specific area. Yeah, okay. But what mainly is okay will determine what is okay, how it document how whether this blood here is flowing fast or slow. That is going to be documented in the form of, oh yes, okay, expressing or talking about the speed. Yeah, okay. Did you guys get that? Now the question comes, Our question is going to be, it's okay, speed versus velocity. Because both speed and velocity is okay, what they mainly do is they both mainly is okay talks about how fast or slow. How fast or slow, yes, okay, an object may be moving. Or for our side case, yes, okay, since you're talking blood, is flowing. Clear? Okay. The only difference is that, okay, it's in speed. It is not specifying the direction. Whereas velocity is going to be as okay in a specific direction. So saying that, okay, yes, I'm moving at a speed of, or this is okay, traveling. And okay, yes, we can say it's okay. Speed here is going to be as okay, 200 miles per hour. That's the speed. Whereas if I say it's okay, that okay, yes, I'm traveling at a speed of 200 miles per hour from, let's say it's okay, Connecticut to New York. Or we can say it's okay, from north to south. That becomes velocity. So the main only difference between speed and velocity is that speed mainly as okay only tells you as okay how fast or slow. It is not documenting as okay a direction, whether you travel this way, that way, this way, that way. Okay, if that is specified, then that speed made as okay just becomes velocity. Did you guys get that? So saying yes, okay, I'm driving down the highway at 200 miles per hour. Good, have luck. Best of luck. Let's hope that, okay, yes, you don't run into the police. Right, okay, but then that's going to be your speed. But that very same speed is okay, indicating a direction will become velocity. Did you guys get that? Okay, so saying yes, okay, I'm driving 200 miles per hour south. Good. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be as okay from Connecticut to New York. You can say it's okay from New York. I'm driving south from New York. Even that is enough. Okay, I'm driving towards Florida. Okay, that mainly is okay is enough to just okay indicate the direction. Okay, did you guys get that? Okay, but then you go as okay 200 miles. That will mainly mean that okay yes per hour. That will mainly mean yes okay If you continue with this speed here, in 1 hour, you're going to be as okay 200 miles away from as okay where you were an hour ago. Yeah, okay. So here the unit of speed is nothing but the same as we did when we talked about propagation speed. Okay, mainly as okay. Distance per time. Yeah, okay. That's going to be as okay your speed. Okay. Whereas if you say as okay, distance per time with direction, that becomes velocity. Yeah, okay. Here you can take any unit of distance. You can take any unit of time. It doesn't have to be millimeters per microsecond. It could have been meter per microsecond. It could have been kilometer per microsecond. Clear? Okay. You don't necessarily have to take yes, okay, microsecond as the unit of time. You can say second. If you don't want to go seconds, then you can go yes, okay, hours. You don't want to go hours, yes, okay, you can go minutes. Okay, but as long as okay, yes, it is a unit of distance per unit of time. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be as okay, your speeds. Okay, but yes, okay, when that speed is combined together with direction, that becomes velocity. Now, if you guys remember a little bit of okay, that's what we did yesterday in the lab when we first did okay. I just okay, turn on our let's say it's okay, color Doppler. Because we had the color maps, and what do we have here? It's okay. I think it was 17, right? Okay, whatever. 17. But the main thing that we said was that we had, okay, yes, a unit which was centimeters per second and centimeters per second. Okay. So what was this? This was the speed. Okay. What was the number limit on the speed here? 17 centimeters per second. Or yes, okay, minus 17 centimeters per second. Where okay, in a Doppler, yes, okay, this would be your velocities. Where both of these here are speeds. Okay. But where the plus, here's okay, they don't necessarily give you the plus, but that's okay, what we mean is that it's plus. And the minus here, that is going to, yes, okay, what makes this speed here become a velocity. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay. And or yes, okay, if we, for instance, even yes, okay, look at this on our yes, okay, spectral Doppler. Okay, we had different numbers here. We can say, okay, we have different numbers here. Let's just say, okay, we go all the way to, let's say, okay, 100. But yes, okay, both of these were still going to be, yes, okay, centimeters per second. Centimeters per second. So what was it that, okay, as either this color map here would do, or this spectral Doppler here would do, was telling us the speed or speed, all dependent upon, okay, whether we were negative or whether we were positive. Whether positive or negative mainly is okay. In both instances, God's going to be okay, a factor that's going to be determined by the direction of the blood flow. And that's why it's okay in most Doppler examinations, the thing that we mainly as okay will be looking for is velocity. The reason I say most is that there are going to be some types of Doppler exams where we only as okay will be able to just okay record the speed. Okay, where it's not going to be direction specific. And then likewise, okay, there's also going to be examples where we only as okay can determine or measure flow, not necessarily speed. Or velocity, but just assuring that there is some flow of blood. Did you guys get that? Okay, guys. So the only difference between speed and velocity is speed is how fast, whereas velocity is also how fast, but just in a specific direction or indicating the direction. Did you guys get that? Okay. Let me ask a dumb question. Is there anybody who can tell me what this is?
A line.
Okay. So here we could have said 20 meters per second, for instance. Okay, just for the hell of it. Now, what the hell is this? And I would like the physical term or the physics term for this.
Is it supposed to be like a direction of flow or
Okay,
it's an
no,
arrow?
but you said, okay, this here was a line. Okay, as I took that as an answer. Clear. What do we call this here?
An arrow.
Nope. Maybe
Just
for lay people. And that's why I said I would like the physical or physics related term.
Direction, velocity. What are you looking for?
This was a line. Okay. Forget the speed. This was a line. What do we call this in physics? No idea? It's not an arrow.
Is it a
Now this-
vector?
Huh?
Is it a vector?
Bingo! You know physics, you just don't want to confess
I
it.
dug that out of my brain from like 4 years ago.
That's a vector. Now, guys, there's always a cheat because what does this vector here give you? It points in a direction, right? Right?
Yep.
Good. And if you now say it's okay, 20 meters per second, and now we say it's okay, 20 meters per second. What would this vector here give you now? This 20 meters per second now become a velocity, right? So we. So we can say it's okay, velocity is going to be as okay, how fast an object is moving along a vector. Yeah, because what is that the vector does? It gives you yes, okay, direction. By points in a direction. Okay, guys, but irrespective of whether it was plane speed or velocity, both of them are going to be any unit of distance or any unit of time. Any questions? So V for vector, V for velocity. So if I for now I say is okay, the velocity is 20 miles per hour or something like that. Okay, it has to specify the direction. Okay. In your Doppler, that direction is going to be specified as plus or minus. Okay, but there's nothing wrong flowing, yes, okay, with a minus velocity. Okay, of 20 meters per second. Because that is just okay as specifying the direction. Did you guys get that? So nothing wrong of flowing negative velocity is not necessarily yes, okay, good to be flowing positive. Okay, what the positive and negative mainly is okay, just will indicate is the direction of blood flow in relation to something. Now, what those somethings are, that will be is okay what we talk about at a later instance. So do you have any questions about flow, also known as volume flow rate, and speed, also known as velocity? The units for them? Millimeters, any unit of volume per unit of time. Okay, that's specifically going to be as, okay, flow rate or volume flow rate. Okay. Whereas if you just say volume, well, okay, it's just going to be volume. Okay, whereas, okay, how fast or how slow, that's going to be the speed, or how fast or how slow, this way, that way, is going to be as, okay, the velocity. Okay. Any questions? Okay, guys. Now, I should probably have given you guys that homework yesterday to read on. Do you guys still have your A and P notes? Good. Do you guys still have that chart that I made you for arteries versus veins? Okay, could somebody, what do you want to call that? WhatsApp it or text message it to Lillian so she can have it.
Yeah, that was at the like all the way at the end of the class. We did that, right?
That chart where I compared arteries versus veins
Yeah.
towards the heart, away from the heart, up. You remember that one?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Do you have that handy?
Yeah, I'm swiping through my notes right now.
Okay, you swipe it. Okay. So just send that to Lillian because, okay, we may need that for the next upcoming topics, which is going to be as, okay, the flows.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So send that to her. Read on, yes, okay, your arteries versus veins. Read on your flow, read on your velocity. And when we come back, we'll talk about the main three part or types of flows. Okay, guys? So I see you guys at 10:15-ish. So let us just look at our yes, three common forms of flows. So we can say, okay, what is flow? For now, mainly it's okay was. Mainly it's okay, just the motion or movement of liquids or gases. Okay. Now for our instances, okay, we're going to be talking about liquid, and our liquid is going to be blood. Okay. Good. Now, the reason that we just say flows here, not flow rate, flow volume rate is mainly because it's going to be as, okay, the types of flow, which mainly is, okay, just, okay, what do we call the movement or the dynamics or changing position of a liquid, which in this case is, or our case is going to be blood. So we mainly have, okay, three major common types of flows. One, let me just do it this way. May make it a little bit more clear. Or colorful, color explanatory as well. Pulsatile. Okay. Where here is, okay, the aisle is pertaining to pulse. The next one is going to be phasic flow. So this one has a pulsatile flow too. Yeah, okay. Where you can say it's okay, phasic, yes, okay, meaning it's okay, pertaining to phases. Not the face, but this phase. Or stages, or steps. There we can say it's okay, our last one is going to be, it's okay, what we will call steady flow. Now guys, first things first. Pulsatile flow. Now if the word itself is as okay, pretty much okay, self-explanatory because it says okay, pertaining to pulse. And the question is, where do we have a pulse? Is going to be as okay, where we will have pulsatile flow. So you are able to as okay answer where we have a pulse. You'll be able to say is okay, where is it that we have a pulsatile flow? And that was going to be in arteries. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, just like in sound waves, what did we call a pulse? A burst of cycles followed by a period of silence, right? That burst, a group of cycles together in ultrasound, we call that a pulse. Here is okay in flow, what do we call it? A volume of blood being pumped in a bulk. Okay, now what? Okay, which means it's going to cause us, okay, our arteries to expand. And that expansion of the artery is felt as a pulse. Did you guys get that? Now the question comes, yes, okay, what causes the pulse to be formed? This is mainly as okay due to the contraction and relaxation of the heart. That causes the arteries to expand, mainly because blood flows from the heart into the artery. and causes a pulse. To be felt as a tap. What causes that tap? Mainly because, okay, underneath the artery expands. Now, in between two expansion, well, like I won't say collapsing completely, but as okay, it's going to be less expanded. Did that make sense? So if you want to, you can mainly say draw as okay a pulsatile flow like this and say about okay, yes, artery expanded, artery collapsed, artery expanded, artery collapsed, artery expanded, artery collapsed. Clear? Okay. What causes this part here, this part here, this part here, where we say it's okay that the artery is expanded, and that's okay, we feel a pulse, and that's why it's okay, this whole flow here is okay, will be referred to as a pulsatile flow. That is mainly as okay, we can say it's okay due to contraction of the heart. Now, what did the contraction of the heart lead to? Blood being pumped into the blood vessel, which in this case, yes, okay, was the artery. Okay, well, okay, we can say, okay, what did we have between one pulse and the second pulse and third pulse? Okay. Here is okay, this, where the arteries are. Let's say it's okay, not expanded. Okay. And why is that? That is mainly it's okay due to, or we can say it's okay, will be the relaxation of the heart. Here is okay, it's going to be it's okay, the heart that will expand, or the heart that will distend, mainly it's okay because here it's going to be the heart that will be filled up with blood that just needs to be pumped in by the next heartbeat or by the next contraction of the heart. Yeah, okay. So mainly because okay, your artery goes expanding, collapsing, expanding, collapsing, expanding, collapsing, expanding, collapsing like this. You can say it's okay. This is a pulse file, 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 this is a pulse file. Okay. Which means okay, make this a pulsatile flow. Which mainly is okay, I felt very hard when pulses are felt, which is in arteries. Okay. Whereas in between is okay, pulse to pulse, 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 pulse to pulse. That's where it's okay, there's going to be it's okay, a lesser amount of blood being flowing through the arteries. Mainly because that's when it's okay, the heart is being filling up with blood. where, okay, during these points, yes, okay, where we feel a pulse. That means, okay, where the blood flow through the arteries is at its highest. Where it comes in a burst with intervals in between. Did you guys get that? Okay. So in your circulation, where do we see pulsatile flow? In the arteries. What causes this pulsatile flow here is because it says, okay, the stages of the cardiac cycle. Okay, what were the stages of the cardiac cycle? The relaxation and contraction of the chambers. Did you guys get that? Okay. Now, guys, when we talk about, okay, the stages of contraction and relaxation of the chambers that causes the pulsatile flow in the arteries is mainly going to be referring to as, okay, the stage or phase in which the ventricles are. Okay, so mainly as, okay, ventricular contraction and ventricular relaxation will lead to blood being pumped into the arteries, followed by as, okay, a phase where, okay, as the flow of blood is lesser. We call that's when the arteries are filling up. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Now, please keep in mind, guys, yes, okay, pulsatile flow, that is going to be the normal flow of blood in your arteries. Normally controlled by the expansion and relaxation, or contraction, dilatation or contraction of the heart. Now, what did we call the phase of contraction of the heart? When you say that the heart goes into a contraction, what do you call that?
Systole.
Systole, right? Okay. Clear? Okay. 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 So during a systole, what is that you may feel? That chap. That chap mainly means that, okay, yes, right here and now, that you feel the pulse. That is because the heart or the ventricles, to be more correctly, as okay, went into systole or contraction. Whereas in between a pulse, the time in between a pulse and pulse is when the heart is in a relaxating phase. And what did we call that one?
Diastole.
Diastole. Exactly. Right. Okay. So this whole thing here is okay, was controlled by your contraction of the heart. Okay, and mainly as okay, sets the flow of blood in the arteries, which is pulsatile. Okay, there were some of okay, yes, and we'll get to those things that's okay later on, but we can make says okay, that structure of your vessel wall itself, yes, okay, cause that okay, yes, arteries will be more expanding, yes, okay, as a result of your of the blood flow being pumped into the heart. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Good. Now, although not mentioned directly in your book, we can do it this way and say that, okay, yes. Now, please, when I say cardiac, yes, okay, it means, yes, okay, we mean ventricular. Okay, so we say, yes, okay, cardiac contraction, which we, yes, okay, is call, yes, okay, systole. Okay, and that leads to, yes, okay, the pulse. And okay, during this pulse, we can mainly say, okay, that there will be acceleration of blood. Whereas, on the other hand, we can say, okay, cardiac relaxation that we call diastole. We can just say that's going to be, okay, in between two pulses. And that's where that's going to be, it's okay, what we can call deceleration of blood flow. Okay. Where we, for instance, say, it's okay, if blood, now we can say, it's okay, if this here is okay, was the heart. Let's just say that, okay, yes, we have an artery. Now, when this heart here is, okay, contracts, okay, the blood mainly is, okay, is going to be increasing its speed and flowing in, let's say, it's okay, this direction here. Where, okay, as when the heart relaxes, two things. The blood flow is, okay, maybe at a slower speed and or going in a backward direction. So there may be, as okay, a slight backflow of the blood during diastole. Okay, that will be normal. The mean is, okay, say, well, like I run 20 steps ahead. After 20 steps, I take 2 steps back. Then 20 steps, then 2 steps back. That 20 steps in this direction are moving ahead is acceleration. Deceleration is just going to be, as okay, moving in a backward direction or slowing down. Either ways. Yeah. Or if you drive on the highway, now and terms of physics, yes, okay, they will say, yes, okay, acceleration is mean, yes, okay, going to be, yes, okay. How fast is it that you change your speed? But usually it's okay when they go with acceleration, it says, okay, that you gain speed. How do you do that? Pressing your gas, right? Okay, and the way it says, okay, it goes from, yes, okay, 0 to 100 miles in 2 seconds. That's your acceleration. Clear, okay? That change in the speed. Right. But usually it's okay when they say acceleration is most likely it's okay going to be gain in speed. Whereas, okay, yes, deceleration. Now, what are the two ways to, yes, okay, decelerate? You may slightly, yes, okay, lift your foot off the gas pedal, right? And what's going to happen? You may not come to a complete stop, or you may not go in reverse, but it's okay. You will slow down. Okay, you can come to a complete stop. That's by, okay, as applying gas, applying, okay, your brakes. Or you may, as okay, put your car in reverse and go backwards. All of those will be as okay decelerations. Okay, so in between two pulses, there will be a slight deceleration. Clear? Okay. So guys, okay, one thing that, okay, may sound strange, but okay, the flow of blood is not going to be constant. It goes zzz, 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 like that. Slightly forward, then back, like this. Just like, okay, you're applying short breaks in between beat to beat to beat. Did that make sense? But that mainly is, okay, makes it pulsatile. Okay, but that's okay. If you look back to your chart, pulsatile was mainly, okay, pertaining to the pulse. And where did we find pulses? In arteries. Okay, what causes that pulse? Mainly, okay, just the expansion of your arteries. And in between expansion 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, that time span is, okay, where the artery was not as much expanded, that mainly made it a pulsatile. Otherwise, had it been flowing at a constant flow, had the flow being constant throughout, that would have been steady, where there's no changes. Something which is that steady. I'm driving down the highway at a steady speed of 15 miles per hour. Not going 16, not going 14. That's a steady speed. Or as my car at the end of my, that's okay. Me driving, it sounds okay, yes. Good steady driving. I haven't been like, okay, playing around with the speed a lot. Okay. It really does that. But anyways, clear? Any questions, guys? Okay. Now the next flow. And mainly it's okay just to give it a name. Okay, this is going to be called a phasic flow. Okay, now this phasic flow here, yes, okay, may also be referred to as a spontaneous flow. So you can be asked about something else, okay, where the answer could have been phasic, but you don't get the word phasic, but they rather give you the word spontaneous. So phasic flow also goes under the name spontaneous flow. Okay, now from the color that I chose here, you most likely will be able to guess, okay, here, where is it that this flow here occurs? And we mainly says, okay, it is going to be the normal flow in veins. So we can say, okay, it's going to be the normal venous flow. Okay. Flow of blood in the veins. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Good. Now, what we somehow already, had said that, as by the time that blood reaches the veins, what mainly happens is, that they have a very low velocity, or very low speed. Clear? Okay. Primarily because the main reason that, blood moved at the speed that it did in the arteries was mainly due to the push that it got from the heart. That makes sense? Okay, that's one of the things that causes it to be flowing faster in the arteries compared to the veins. Okay, just think of it as you push somebody. Don't do it. Okay. But at some point, to begin with, that object or substance or person may be moving fast. But at some point, he or she will, or that object will slow down. The same here for blood. Clear? Okay. Another reason that blood mainly is going to be flowing faster in arteries compared to veins is also the fact that what was it, the arteries had a small lumen. Okay, so in our arteries, we say it had a narrow passage. Okay, so here is there is going to be a greater velocity. Mainly because the same amount of blood is going to try to flow through the same area. Or cover the same distance in a time. But due to the narrow lumen, the velocity is going to be greater. Whereas in veins, due to the big lumen is it's going to be flowing slow. Although we can say the flow rate may be the same. In both cases, flow rate volume is, or volume flow rate, sorry, is same. But here it has to move fast, where he has had to move slower. And still, be able to causes, so these two here will be equal, but here it moves slower than it does over here. But one of the major factors that will lead to that as blood flows slower in the veins versus the arteries is that as most of the energy that as the blood had, which caused it to flow in the beginning, somehow has been lost as a flow from the arteries back to the veins. Yeah, okay. Now, the question then is, okay, yes. So unlike your pulsatile flow, which was due to the heart's contraction and relaxation, or systole and diastole. Your venous flow, or the blood flow in the veins, which is going to be an example of phasic flow, also known as spontaneous flow, is not controlled by the systole and diastole of the heart. This is mainly going to be controlled by, let me show you. Respiration. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Good. Now, what were the two steps of respiration? We had inhalation and exhalation. Okay. Okay. Now, how these will affect or determine whether you have as a greater flow or a lower flow. A greater velocity and a lower velocity. We will talk about these probably towards the end of the chapter. But for now, just remember this much, guys. Phasic flow, also known as spontaneous flow. It is the normal type of flow seen in the veins. Yeah, okay. And contrary to your pulsatile flow, which was controlled by the beating heart. Clear? Okay. This one here is going to be regulated by the respiration, which will be breathing in, breathing out. Did you guys get that? But generally, it's comparing arteries to veins. Okay. As far as the speed is concerned, speed, or what we may call velocity, is concerned, the speed is going to be lesser in the veins compared to the arteries. Yeah, okay. So guys, if you come across a blood vessel where the speed is recorded as low, you should probably already know that this is a vein. Okay. Now, what's going to be the difference between now here it says high speed in artery, low speed in vein. Let's go here and see. There we have an artery. Now in the artery, we have a high speed. Where in the vein, which is right next to it. It's going to be a low speed. But what else is going to be different in the arteries versus the vein? Or let me put it this way, just to give you guys what is going to be opposite in artery versus vein. I already given 55% of the answer in the question.
Give me the direction of the flow.
Exactly. Direction. Because what did we say in the arteries? Away from heart. Whereas in veins, towards the heart. So they will be flowing in different directions. Did you guys get that? But generally speaking, guys, looking at an artery versus a vein, arteries will always have a higher velocity, or let's say speed, than that of a vein. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Good. Any questions, guys?
No.
No. Any concerns?
No.
Nope. Good. Now, guys, steady flow. So what does it mean to be steady? Vegan says, okay, not changing, right? Or persistent or constant. Clear, okay. Now we mainly as okay may have steady flow. Now although as okay, the word is steady flow, okay? But this is not normal flow or blood. Because the normal flows for blood is okay when we talk arteries. Was what we call pulsatile. That makes sense. That was the normal arterial flow. The normal flow in veins was what we call phasic. or spontaneous. But okay, what we mainly could say is okay in both of these, yes, okay. It will go up and down. It will go up and down. Okay. Here, this up and down was mainly is okay due to contraction and relaxation of the heart. Whereas, okay, here this up and down was mainly is okay due to is okay the, you can say it's okay, inspiration and expiration. Did you guys get that? Clear? Okay. So these were normal flows in arteries and veins. The steady always, okay, the word is steady, and you say, okay, steady is even better. No. Because this steady flow here is okay, mainly is okay, is going to indicate that there's okay, maybe it's okay, some pathological flow, blood flow. Okay. Pathological means yes, okay, not normal or diseased due to yes, okay, some disease issues. So where do we see that in case of the veins? Venous steady flow. Where there's something wrong with this. So mainly yes, okay, during yes, okay, sleep apnea is where you may see yes, okay, steady flow in the veins. Because okay, what mainly is okay, will control the flow in the veins was yes, okay, you breathing. But if somebody is okay, stops breathing for us, okay, a long or short period, they're going to call that okay, the venous flow is not going to be steady. So that's seen as okay during sleep apnea. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
And sleep apnea is not normal. Okay, it's not normal to stop sleeping during your. It's not normal to stop breathing during your sleep. Okay, you're not going to breathe as heavily or frequently as you do when you are awake, but you don't completely stop. That's not normal. Okay, so if you turn off the switch that regulates the normal flow of blood in the veins, which is venous, which is phasic flow, then okay, as you will have a steady flow that doesn't go up and down as you breathe in and out, whether asleep or whether awake. Did you guys get that? Good. Now, what about pathology in arteries that may lead to is okay, what do you call a steady flow? You will say, okay, stopping breathing, okay, as here. Stopping of the beating heart rate. Do you think that will be it? If your heart stops beating, what's going to happen to the flow? It's not going to be steady. Let me just put it that way. It's going to stop. Okay, so it's not a stopping heart. Because if your heart stops, then you are, what are you then?
Dead.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully not, but that's okay. That's the reality. Okay, guys. So what may is okay, lead to is okay, what we'll call a steady flow in arteries. Let's do it this way. Let's choose a, okay, let's see, it's okay. Flow in arteries is what we as okay may call post stenotic. I'll let you be more specific. We can say it's okay. After the turbulence due to a stenosis in the arteries. Okay. Now what that would mean is, okay, we probably going to just, okay, talk about this one here somewhere next week maybe. But just briefly, if this was an artery, and let's say it's okay, we have blood flowing this way here. At some point, that's okay. Let's say it's okay, there is a stenosis. Now, what a stenosis mean is okay, what mean is okay, mean is some sort of narrowing. The word stenosis means is okay, there's going to be a narrowing of the artery. Okay. Now, what this narrowing here is going to cause is, yes, okay, or we'll call yes, okay, turbulence. Okay. Even yes, okay, slightly here, it's okay, there's going to be turbulence, but after that turbulence, it's okay for a brief, there's going to be, it's okay, a steady flow. What does it mean to be steady? That it doesn't increase and decreases as result of, okay, as the contraction of the heart. So yes, okay, steady flow is going to, yes, okay. If we see that in arteries, it's going to be, yes, okay, somewhere post-stenotic. Why do we say, yes, okay, post-stenotic? Because it came after that blow, after that blood has flown through, yes, okay, the stenotic area. So this will be, yes, okay, post-stenotic. Had the blood been, for instance, okay, flowing in this direction here, and this was your stenosis, then we can mean it says, okay, this area here will have been post-stenotic, which means comes after the stenosis. What was the stenosis? The narrowing in the blood vessel, or narrowing in any passage, is commonly known as stenosis. And what causes stenosis in an artery?
Plaque buildup.
Huh?
Plaque buildup.
Good. And what do we call that plaque buildup?
The arteriosclerosis.
Arteriosclerosis, right? Okay. Clear. So these were your three major forms of flow. Pulsatile and phasic, both changing, but different factors as okay changed, as okay determined the change of flow, whether it was pulsatile or whether it was phasic. Pulsatile was due to just okay the contraction of the heart. The cause is okay that's increase and decrease, increase and decrease, increase and decrease of the flow of blood. Okay, which mainly cause the blood vessels, in this case, the arteries to expand, 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 expand. And in between is okay, each expands. I won't say collapse, but okay, as be less expanded. Yeah, okay. Which was formed in the arteries controlled by the contraction of the heart. Phasic, again, yes, okay, changing. It was not steady. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But mainly it's okay due to the breathing in, breathing out. Okay. The little juicy details about these things is okay. We will talk about in the towards the end of the chapter. Yeah, okay. Because there are going to be two things. It's okay. Venus return and Venus velocity, as we may call it, which are going to be opposite to one another in inspiration and opposite to one another in expiration. But at least what we can say is okay that the flow changes, which is seen in the veins. Okay. Steady flow, yes, okay, mainly was, although the name was steady, but that means okay, just indicates the flow pattern that not fluctuating up and down, or rather constant. Okay. Okay. Rather constant. Whether the heart beats or doesn't beat, okay, or whether you breathe or don't breathe. Okay. So, but this was mainly as okay for the just okay to explain the kind of flow that we see during pathology in veins, sleep apnea, in arteries, mainly as okay post-stenotic. After the stenosis, you will see slight steady flow. Did you guys get that? Okay. Now, neither is sleep apnea a normal phenomena, although less common than, okay, yes, arteriosclerosis, which causes stenosis or narrowing of the arteries. Now, what may cause narrowing and or obstruction, not necessarily obstruction, by it's okay narrowing of the veins.
A blood clot?
Blood clots. So what do you call that one? What do you call a blood clot?
Thrombosis.
Thrombosis. Good. So what are the common types of venous thrombosis? Venous thrombosis.
Pulmonary?
No, my dear, that's an emboli. That's going to be as okay what they call an emboli. It comes off from a thrombus and travels to the lungs. And then that becomes that's what you call a pulmonary embolus.
So then coronary?
Now, my what is a common type of venous thrombosis? Have any of you ever heard the term DVT?
Deep vein thrombosis?
Deep vein thrombosis. Okay, so what are those thrombi going to do? Cause, well, not necessarily blockage, but it's okay, it may eventually lead to that. If that thrombus flows in an arc or in a blood vessel that it is, where the size of the thrombus is too big compared to the size of the diameter of the vessel, it will block it. But if it doesn't block it, it's okay, it can still cause, it's okay, some sort of narrowing down of the lumen through which the blood will flow in that blood vessel. Yes. Any questions, guys? Okay. So mainly it's okay, the normal flow patterns will be more up and downs, up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. In arteries, we call it pulsatile, and veins, we call it phasic. Hey, now, do you guys have a little stream by your house? Okay, good. If you don't, Teresa may take you on a walk to the stream by her house and showing you guys what happens that's okay in that stream. So you can take a walk, show the other students what okay is. Is there any water in that stream running right now? Because I guess some snow is melting, right? But okay. But just think of that flow that you may have in a stream, right? Which may be smooth or turbulent. So that'll be as okay what we will talk about once we return back from lunch. So if you have a little stream in yes, okay, by your house, go and look at that as you chew on your whatever. Okay. If not, try to get some flashbacks from your childhood when you put a paper boat in that stream of water and how it will flow whether okay is it was a smooth stream or a bumpy stream with big rocks and stones in the way. That's going to be as okay, or laminar versus arterial flow. Or sorry, laminar versus turbulent flow. Sorry. Clear? Yeah. So I see you guys back at UVC 12:40. Eat your lunch and look at the stream. And if you have time, yes, okay, make sure that you try to just okay read on the 2 pages that we already did. Did they see anything? Huwag ka og-door sa review. Yes, guys. Didn't see anything?
There's water.
Okay, good. I hope. Okay, but besides seeing water, I would like to say, did you see the flow of water? Good. Okay, guys. Now we can, it's still going to be as okay flows, so we're still flowing in flow. Okay, and so okay, simply as okay, what was flow? Mainly as okay, just motion or movement of liquid and gases was called flow. Yeah, okay. We're not considering the gases here. Our main is liquid, and the liquid we're talking about is going to be blood. Now, guys, mainly 2 types of flows that we will be looking at. Is going to be one what we'll call laminar, and we're going to just okay compare that to what we'll call turbulent. Okay, guys. Just to keep in mind, guys, laminar flow is mainly going to be normal. I indicate a normal flow, whereas a turbulent mainly going to be as okay abnormal. Okay, but we can say mainly it's okay now. Normal that's going to be physiological, and turbulent is going to be as okay mainly due to pathology. So it becomes as okay pathological, which is going to be in case of disease or something which is not normal. Did you guys get that? Now, if we look at the word laminar, it is mainly as okay from lamin. And lamin mainly as okay will mean layers, or we can say it's okay lines or lanes. And the AR is mainly as okay, just our favorite pertaining to. So there's going to be a flow which will be called laminar. That mainly is okay if we look at it in a blood vessel. It's mainly going to be that okay as blood mainly as okay just flow in their own lanes. Did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So mainly it's okay when blood flows smoothly straight in lines like this, or it's okay. You can say it's okay. Blood just stay in its lane, and it stays in its lane. That is going to be referred to as a laminar flow. Okay, and ideally speaking, yes, okay, this is how the blood normally, yes, okay, will be flowing. Did that make sense? Okay. Now, if you say, well, okay, the closest stream by my house is 35 miles away. Okay, I don't have time to just, okay, spend my lunch break going and looking at a stream. Then just look at the traffic, a flow of traffic on the highway. Okay. Now, what will be a laminar flow then? Okay, as everybody just stay in their own lane. Did that make sense? That's what we can say is okay, a smooth flow. Clear, okay. Okay, where every car mainly is okay, just stay in their own lane. And your lane says, okay, they will say on the news, okay, the traffic is running smooth. Clear, okay. And it's going to be silent because okay, everybody is just going in their own lane. Nobody is okay, cut the lane, nobody dodges. Exactly, make abrupt lane changes and so on. So there's going to be no honking. Either, right? Unless like a maniac is out there. Did you guys get that? Yep. Okay. So that will be normal, that will be ideal, that will be yes, okay, thumbs up. Bingo. Now guys, but. Let's just do it here. So we say it's okay, laminar flow. We come in, it's okay, say smooth in own lane. As far as okay, laminar flow is concerned, we have two types of laminar flows. Now, one is going to be as okay, what we will call plug flow. Now, please keep the plug flow still is a type, as many as okay, it's just a subtype of laminar flow. Okay. Now, why do we call it a plug flow? Mainly that, okay, what we mainly will say here is that, okay, yes, of course, it's going to be laminar, so yes, okay, blood flows smoothly or stays in its own lane. Is that clear? That's what makes it laminar. Okay, but laminar subtype plug flow is mainly because, okay, in all of the lanes, or layers, if you want to put it that way, blood flows at the same speed, or as okay, we can also say as okay, velocity in all the lanes. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Clear, okay. So again, yes, okay, if we look at this in terms of the traffic. Clear, okay. Every car stay in their own lane. Clear, that makes it laminar, but what makes it a plug? That all these cars here is okay are riding at the same speed. Or to be more specific here, is okay, same velocity. So you don't have people riding in the wrong direction. Okay, everybody goes in the same direction, and it's okay, stay in their lane and at the same speed. Did you guys get that? That kind of flow will be what we call a plug flow, which is just a subtype of being laminar. Any questions? Nope.
No.
Good. But, guys, actual laminar flow that we have is going to be as okay what we'll call a parabolic flow. This is the actual laminar flow that is okay, we'll see in blood vessels, but it is still laminar. Okay. Now, guys, what does it mean to be laminar? That is okay. Blood flow in their own lanes. Did that make sense? Lanes. But here is okay, what's going to make it being parabolic is that blood flows at different, I mean, it's okay, just speeds. I mean, not go with velocity because velocity is okay, different velocity, then coming is okay in different directions. Is that clear? Which mainly means that, okay, yes, the speed in this lane is going to be different from this, which is going to be different from this, which is going to be different from this, which is going to be different from this, and so on. Okay. Okay. Now, since the speeds are not the same in all the lanes here, there comes, okay, yes, in which lanes, or laminars, if you want to put it. Or we can say, okay, in which location is the highest speed? Where you mean it says, okay, that the blood may flow fastest. And okay, yes, in which area is going to be the lowest speeds. Right, guys? That's going to be as okay the next question that we will answer. Now, guys, as far as okay as the highest speed is concerned, that's going to be in the center. Where okay as the slowest speed of all of them is going to be as okay towards the periphery of the vessel. Or we can say is okay up against the vessel walls. Okay, so the blood that runs up against, yes, okay, the vessel walls, that's going to be, yes, okay, where it will be slowest. Okay, so we can mean says, okay, if this was the case, it's okay, this one here is okay, will cross or be fastest. Where we can mean it says, okay, this and this here will be slower. We can go and say it's okay. Okay, this and this here is okay. Or it'd be even slower, and then we can say, okay, it's not really in the middle, but it's okay. This would have been the, or these here would have been the slowest. So what this mainly as okay does, it forms as okay, is parabolic flow. Did you guys get that? Okay. Now, guys, when we talk of, okay, as parabolic, oh, sorry, laminar flow, which is normally found in the blood vessels. Okay. The one that we most likely, the type of parabolic flow that we most likely is, okay, will see in blood vessels, irrespective of whether it's arteries or veins, is going to be the parabolic flow. Okay, where you always just okay will have the greatest speed in the center, where okay the speed mainly is okay just gets lesser and lesser and lesser as we go from center to the periphery. Did that make sense? Clear? Okay. Now here, yes, okay, you can just to try, yes, okay, if you want, yes, okay, kill two birds with one stone. Say, well, okay, that is the same as okay as the intensity in a beam. Max in the center, and then just gets lesser and lesser and lesser towards the periphery, right? Clear? Okay, but in beam, yes, okay, we talked about the intensity, where here we can say is the speed. Clear? Okay. Now the question comes as, okay, why is it that, okay, as the blood is going to be flowing at a lesser speed? Sorry. In the outer lanes up against the vessel walls compared to, yes, okay, the center. We will talk about that tomorrow. You have class tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I hope so. Yep. Did that make sense? Okay. But what do we call that type of laminar flow? Is going to be a parabolic flow. The fastest in the center, and it's okay, slower towards the outer lanes. So if you had a multiple lane, yes, okay, highway, probably not, but like, okay, let's just assume that that was the case. It usually is okay, the outer lanes, which are for slow speed. And then they go as okay, as the faster and faster you go, as okay, let's go into the more central lanes. That makes sense. Okay, so that would be a parabolic flow. Okay, but which is still laminar because okay, if you are running fast or driving fast, stay in this lane here. Clear? Okay. If you intend to, it's okay. Then you can always move also. It's okay to an outer lane. Any questions?
Yeah.
Any questions about what it means to be a laminar flow? Clear? Okay. So a smooth stream, let us put it this way. A smooth stream where there's no bumps, no obstructions, no blockages, no stenoses. What's going to happen? the water is going to be flowing smoothly. It's not going to be producing any extra noise. You can be sitting right next to that stream and really not hear the water flow because it's not making any sound at all. Okay. You may still see that, okay, yes, still, yes, okay. So that's going to be, yes, okay, a laminar flow. Did that make sense? Though you may see that, okay, yes, throughout, yes, okay, from side to side of the stream, the water most likely, yes, okay, will flow faster in the center compared to, yes, okay, out by the banks of the stream, river, whatever you call it. That's just natural law of physics. Some laws don't change. Clear? Okay. So likewise in your blood vessel, yes, okay, the common type of blood flow that you will see normally is going to be a parabolic flow. Please keep that in mind. This will help you understand chapter 19 and chapter 20. Okay, guys? So normally, fastest in the center, slower is okay towards the periphery, and slowest in the blood rubbing up against the vessel walls. So that kind of laminar flow is known as a parabolic flow. Did I make myself clear?
Yep.
Good. Now, guys, you may see something that say, yes, okay, a Reynolds number, and you guys may be wondering who in the hell is Reynolds? Do you guys know anybody by the name Reynolds? No? Okay. So Reynolds number. Well, okay, and you don't need to know, yes, okay, much of the details about it. Just remember, guys, okay, yes, for laminar flow. Laminar flow, irrespective, is okay, which could be, yes, okay, either plug or parabolic. Yeah, okay, okay. Your Reynolds number is going to be less than 1500. That's all you need to know. Clear, okay? So a flow with a Reynolds number less than 1500, that is going to be, as okay, considered a laminar flow. Did you guys get that? And a laminar flow could either be, as okay, plug or parabolic. Any questions? Good. Now, guys, although I'm not going to give you, yes, okay, different values and ask you to calculate the Reynolds number. Clear? Okay. But just keep it handy. You never know. Maybe it's okay. It may become relevant just okay when you go for your vasculars. Okay, so how, yes, okay, what is the Reynolds number? Now the Reynolds number, that's mean, yes, okay, going to be the product of three things. Clear? Okay. It's going to be, yes, okay, average flow speed. So we can mean this, okay, the average speed at which a liquid is moving, right? That is going to be as okay multiplied by the tube's diameter. Which is going to be multiplied by the density. Okay. Now, okay. Now, please keep in mind, guys, that's okay. This Reynolds number here is not only for blood. It's mainly as okay a generalized number. As okay when they talk about as okay produce okay as a numerical value, which will be determined of okay how fast something flows, multiplied by as okay the diameter of the tube through which it flows, all dependent upon is okay the density of the liquid. Okay, so here we can say it's okay, what is this going to be? This is going to be as okay the speed of blood. Or let's just say it's okay the average. Right? By the tube's diameter, what we actually is okay, we mean by this one here in this case was going to be as okay the blood vessel's diameter. Or more accurately as okay the blood vessel's lumen's diameter. Now if you remember that's okay where a lumen was, that passage through which is okay in our case is okay that the blood will be flowing in the blood vessel. Whereas in case of arteries had a small lumen and veins had a big lumen. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
And last is going to be its okay density. Now density is going to be its okay mass per volume. Okay. Now although not accurate, but it's okay, we can mean this as okay. In blood, that's going to be cells per plasma. Okay. Later on, not today, or most likely as okay tomorrow, we may as okay refer to this density here as okay as the thickness of blood. Or more likely as okay the viscosity of blood. Did you get that? But no matter what, it's okay. When we multiply these three numbers here, it's okay if our result is less than 1500 or 1500. We can mainly as okay say that okay as we had a laminar flow, which could be plug or parabolic. Any questions, guys? Okay. But as far as the equation is concerned, don't worry about this one here for now. I'm not going to be asking you to calculate the Reynolds number. Okay, guys? Using different values and so on so. Okay. But yes, okay, we can look at these and say, okay, how is it that okay as it will make a Reynolds number greater or lesser? Any questions?
No.
Okay, guys. So you guys are good on the laminar flow? Or am I going to speed? Do you guys want me to decelerate? Or can we press the gas?
Press the gas.
Okay, let's press the gas because that's going to lead to the next one. So the next one is going to be a turbulent flow. Okay, now just to compare that with, okay, as the laminar flow. We said that, okay, yes. In laminar flow, well, okay, yes. Pretty smooth. Why do we have laminar flow? Mainly because, okay, there was no blockages, no obstructions, no wild turns that we had to make, etc., etc. That's going to be different when we talk turbulent flow. Now, before I get to this, okay, getting into this, okay, the turbulent flow, please keep in mind, guys, that turbulent flow can also be known as eddy flow or vortex. Did you guys get that? So when things go under more than one name, you gotta know those as well, right? Okay. Did that make sense? Now, guys, have you ever been out and flying?
Ever been what?
Out flying in a plane. Good. And you are enjoying, yes, okay, the Happy Meal or whatever they served you. Yeah, okay. Those were the days. But anyways, yes, okay, it's a smooth flight. nothing big happens. But then all of a sudden, it's okay that tie your seatbelt sign come on. And the paramedic says, okay, hold on to everything because, okay, we maybe it's okay, experience some turbulence ahead. So that was you flying smoothly, but it's okay, once you go into that turbulence, you're going to become bumpy. Yeah. Okay. Did that make sense? Okay. Now here's okay, this turbulence here is mainly going to be as okay be due to pathology. Okay. Common pathology, guys, that will lead to turbulence is going to be stenosis, narrowing down of the blood vessel. Did you guys get that? Clear? Okay. But we can yes, okay, still say that okay, yes. In a river, everything was flowing smooth. But due to yes, okay, a big piece of rock, for instance. What is going to happen to this is okay, otherwise laminar flow here is going to become turbulent. Now, what's going to be the effect of turbulence is that not only is there going to be as okay, different speeds in different lanes. You may actually have okay that the speeds over here is okay, it goes sky high. Okay. But not just that, but also it's okay in different directions. Okay. That what previously as okay was laminar flowing here as okay may end up here. Or okay as was laminar as okay flowing laminar here as okay may end up down here, for instance. Something like that. Okay. Something that okay as was flowing, let's say as okay smoothly in this direction as okay may be going like this. Or if not going like this, maybe just okay as swirling around. Yeah, okay. That will be yes, okay, a turbulent flow. Okay. So maybe that's okay, abruption of that smooth laminar flow parabolic, or plug is not the question here, is going to just okay cause a turbulent flow. This turbulent flow is mainly as okay due to pathology. The common pathology that we will see is okay that will lead to turbulent flow is going to be stenosis, narrowing down of your blood vessels. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Good. Now, just a couple of terms that they may use as okay when explaining, yes, okay, turbulence. Or we can say, okay, the occurrence of turbulence in this scenario here is, let's say, okay, as this here is okay, was a blood vessel. Yeah, okay. And we may say that, okay, as in this blood vessel here is okay. Well, okay, as the blood is flowing in this direction here. Which means, yes, okay, mean that, okay, it starts from over here, but flows in this direction here. Okay. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Good. Where, okay, as at some point, yes, okay, we may have a stenosis. So this is going to be the stenosis. Okay. Anything that means that's okay, just causes, it's okay, this passage or diameter of the lumen to reduce. But what we mainly as okay had here was a laminar flow. Plug a parabolic, not really as okay. So we had okay as a laminar flow. Okay. Now what mainly as okay will happen as okay as it comes through this stenotic area or stenosis here, which we just are going to be called as okay, that's going to be the stenotic well, okay, yes, that it will start to become turbulent because okay, this blood that flows in this lane here, so okay, we'll try to just okay make it through this lane, and likewise this. Okay, so well, okay, yes, this one. Just think of okay as a traffic jam. How is it that people just okay start driving? Making yes okay rapid lane shifts, trying to just okay go into the lane that goes fastest. Did that make sense? Okay, so a car or yes, okay, somebody who was in this lane out here first, make a boom like that. Okay, now what may happen, yes, okay, you may be driving on your own, yes, okay, in that lane, and he comes into you, bam him in the back. What's going to happen? You'll be swirling around, he or she will be swirling around. Clear? Okay. Did you guys get that? Okay. But
Yep.
what people mainly, yes, okay, try to, yes, okay, do keep, yes, okay, the same flow rate. And to do so, yes, okay, well, okay, it may not sound crazy, but yes, okay, here, there's actually just okay going to be an increase of speed. Okay, but it's going to be as okay more turbulent because okay people are coming from as okay all the different lanes. So as okay here you have the turbulent flow. Slightly as okay, even slightly as okay post-stenotically is going to be as okay turbulent flow. What I said earlier was that okay there will be as okay a slight area where the flow is going to be steady. And then it's okay, we may go back into a laminar flow ultimately. But what we make this okay call this area here. Where we started off with okay as a regular number, okay, yes, or which comes before the stenosis, can be referred to as pre-stenotic. Just because okay before stenosis. Clear? Where okay the area where we have the stenosis is going to be called the stenotic, where, okay, the area that comes after the stenosis is going to be, okay, what we'll call post-stenotic. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Kristen.
Is it post-stenotic laminar?
Post. Exactly.
Okay.
No. Don't go into the laminar thing. Anything is okay after the stenosis is going to be post-stenotic.
Okay.
Clear? Okay. So what do we have? Pre-stenotic. Because that's where it's okay, blood is flowing before it hits the stenotic area, right? Clear? Okay. Then we have the stenosis. That area is going to be referred to as being the stenotic area. And then we have, okay, what comes after the stenosis is going to be post-stenotic. So there's before stenosis, and after stenosis. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But. This pre-stenotic area here, or maybe that's okay, the area before the stenosis may also be referred to as upstream. Okay? So pre-stenotic can also be referred to as upstream. Stenotic is still going to be as okay, stenotic, whereas post-stenotic can also be referred to as downstream. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Good. Now, before going into this, okay, the clinics or the clinicals of turbulent flow and so on, so on. So let us just is okay, talk about is okay, is the Reynolds number. And here it's okay, the Reynolds number is going to be greater than 2000. Yep. So less than 1500, laminar flow. Greater than 2000, turbulent flow. Did you guys get that? Now,
Yeah.
some of you may ask me, then what about that 500 between 1500 and 2000? We can just say, it's okay, that's a gray zone. Or we had an alibi. We didn't remember what happened. Right, okay. Okay. What happened? You remember what happened before you arrived at the party. And you may wake up a couple of days later with a headache after the party. But what happens in between is okay, you have no clue. So that's that gray zone. Okay. Okay. Clear? So nobody will ask you about that. Okay. And as I said earlier, it's okay, you will not have to, it's okay, calculate the Reynolds number. Just remember this, for turbulent flow, more than 2000, laminar flow less than 1500. That's it. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, clinically, guys, what do we get from a turbulent flow? Now, just sit on a river where the flow is turbulent. What do you hear? You can literally hear, yes, okay, those yes, okay, violent waves being produced in the river, mean, yes, okay, by smashing up against, yes, okay, big rocks and so and so. Clear? Okay. In terms of blood, that is okay, hitting up against, yes, okay, obstructions. In this case, yes, okay, stenosis. Or anything which is okay offers okay some sort of extra resistance to the smooth flow of blood, as that blood is going to flow, is going to produce some extra sound. And that sound is known as a murmur. Some people may also, as okay, call it a bruit. So in some instances, okay, you will actually, okay, be able to, not with your, that's okay, not just by, it's okay, listening with it, with your ears, but actually as with a stethoscope, you actually, it's okay, may hear a murmur. Okay. Now, some of you may wonder, okay, how does a murmur sound? Like a purring cat. Not a hissing cat, a purring cat. Have any of you ever heard a cat purring?
Yep.
That's what it mainly sounds like. Oh, that's okay. In some instances, okay, like a okay. But you can make it okay, it's going to be that purring, blowing sound. What else do you experience when a cat is purring? You hear that sound. What else do you experience?
And like feel the vibration.
The vibration. And what do we call that vibration? Trill. Just like a triller. And what is it a triller does? A triller movie, what does that do? Make you shake in your pants. No? Okay. So what is that trill going to be? Okay. That you actually is okay, may feel the vibrations. Clear? Right. So that's okay. In people, especially, that's okay when we used to go and check for things like the carotids. We'll place our stethoscope and we could actually hear a murmur in the carotids. Okay, it's going to be a little bit hard to just feel the trill or vibrations. Okay, but both of these two things here can be experienced on a functioning AV fistula. Do you guys remember that fellow? Do you guys remember what an AV fistula was? A was arterial, V was venous. And what was a fistula?
An opening.
Okay, an opening, but here is more likely a connection between the A and the V, right? Okay. So that's mainly where you will feel the trill, which is mainly the vibration. But you can also hear the murmur. Okay, and both of those are mainly produced by a turbulent flow at that AV fistula. Okay. Now one problem that as a turbulent flow is going to cause is turning your blood, which would have been half and half, into whipped cream. Do you guys know how they do that? How do you make half and half become whipped cream? You whip it. What happens to that? It becomes more thick or foamy, right? So what can be a complication of stenosis? That blood actually is going to form small clots that will be traveling anywhere until they get stuck in a blood vessel. Yeah. So besides blood vessels, where else can we get something that we'll call a stenosis as far as blood flow is concerned? Don't say, well, you can have a stenosis in your intestines and things like that. Blood flow. Just think of, the path through which blood flows. Yes, guys.
Pulmonary stenosis, cardiac stenosis. I don't know.
Cardiac is okay, my dear. The first one was okay. Now, when you say pulmonary stenosis, where? Most likely the pulmonary valve. So heart valves can get stenosed. What does it mean to become stenosed? When we talk about the heart valves, that's if they're not able to fully open. They remains narrowed down, right? Okay, because they are stenosed. A door that doesn't fully open will get narrowed down, right? You can only open it 20%, 30%, 50%. Likewise, what was it your valves were? Just like doors that open and close. But if they're not able to fully open, that opening is going to be narrowed down. That'll be a stenosis. So that's where we get things such as hard murmurs that people can hear. Did you guys get that? So it's okay clinically, but it's okay. What a stenosis is going to do is you will get a turbulent flow. What's going to be a turbulent flow? Everything is okay, was running smooth, but then it just goes like this. Okay. You might have seen or heard of, okay, a turbulent flow of traffic on the icy roads. Because next thing you know is, okay, as a car slided from one side of the highway to the other side. And okay, has bumped into or somewhere not. Yeah. Yeah. And what does that lead to? Chaos. So that's why it's okay if you look at the yellow table when it talks turbulent flow, it says turbulent flow is corrected by chaotic flow patterns in many different directions and at many speeds. Or you can mean it say it's okay at different velocities. Okay, but where do we commonly see this? In stenosis. Okay, mainly because, okay, what we come across when we talk in details about stenosis is that there's going to be, that blood is going to be flowing faster at the stenosis. How and why? That's okay. There's going to be, okay, some laws that we will be applying. Now, dear students, any questions? So what was flow? Movement or motion of a liquid or a gas. Let's not talk about the gas here. Okay. Mainly because it was meaning it's okay, referring to as okay, things or motion of movement of things that were measured in volumes, liquids and gas, milk and propane, right? Okay, that's why we also call it the flow, volume flow rate. Okay, but mainly it's okay, we just determines or explains that's okay how much flows per unit of time. We had our speed with direction, known as velocity, which means it determines that's okay how fast or slow an object is moving from point A to point B, from point B to point C. The faster it moves, that's okay, less time will it take to get from point A to point B. Whereas, okay, the slower it moves, more time will it take to get from point A to point B. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Good. The three main forms of flow that we had was pulsatile in arteries, controlled by the phases of the cardiac cycle. Contraction known as systole, relaxation or dilatation known as diastole. Okay, but which mainly is okay caused that expansion of the artery as the heart pumps, which is felt as a pulse, and that's why we call it a pulsatile flow. Basic flow, also known as spontaneous, was what we saw in the big waves. Sorry, was going to be as okay controlled or determined or regulated by your respiration, inspiration, expiration. But those, that's okay, how that affects that, we will talk about that at the end of the chapter. For now, just remember this much. Clear? Then we had steady, which was okay as flowing at a constant speed, not changing. Okay, which was not normal. So that's okay, we could say it's okay, that was either in what the hell we call that fellow? Sleep apnea, sorry. And that's okay. Post-synoptically, after the turbulence in the post-synoptic areas, okay, there will be a steady flow. Flow patterns, if you want to put it that way, laminar versus turbulent. Laminar was smooth, clear, okay, silent, mainly because, okay, no blockages, no obstruction, nothing. That's okay. That's why it's silent. Clear, okay. What can we call? Okay, we had the plug flow, which was okay, yes, where the speed was the same in all the lanes, if you want to put it that way, and parabolic, where the speeds were different, but here it's okay, even though being different, there still was okay as a fixed pattern. Fastest in the center, and maybe that's okay, just slowing down as you go from the center towards the periphery to make it the slowest up against the vessel walls, which is the most likely form of laminar flow that we will see. What was our Reynolds number? What was the Reynolds number for that? Less than 1500. Turbulent flow, a bumpy ride. Okay. Okay. Bumpy ride is going to not be smooth. You can't say, okay, I'm going to keep this okay at constant speed. If you do, that's okay. That's what's going to make it even more bumpy for you. Okay. Anyways, also known as eddy currents or eddy flow and vortex flows. Okay. What mainly causes it is stenosis. Okay, so whatever it is that we will see is okay, turbulent flow is going to be as okay at the stenosis and immediately post-stenotically. Okay, as far as our Reynolds number was concerned, we had a number greater than 2000. Is that clear? Good. Any questions? The rest is just the purring cat. Now, those of you who say, I'm a dog person. I bring a cat and he or she is going to run away. Or my dog is going to, yes, okay, not like it. Okay, guys. Any questions? No. Okay. Then I guess I will see you guys back tomorrow around 9 o'clock. Okay. Now, please just okay, read on the things that we discussed. It's just 3.5 pages in your book. Okay. And well, okay, tomorrow we'll talk about it. Okay, the energy gradients, and okay, it's most likely also it's okay energy losses in the little blood vessel or blood flow. Yeah, okay. Good girls. Stay safe. If you go out and ride on the road, stay laminar. Okay, and
See you tomorrow.
see you guys tomorrow. God bless.
See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.